Read the fine print.
Organization and professionalism.
Never assume anything. It makes an asset of you and me.
That kind of creative process is really unique to the artist, unique to people. Everybody's sort of got their own way.
Yep.
I'm probably split between sort of that creative download where the muse comes to you at weird times. I might be out for a walk.
It was trial, error, pain, joy, pain, sunshine, rain, all of it.
All of it. It's true.
But I don't think I valued what I had for a very long time because I was just so busy just trying to be busy.
Oh.
And in this industry, we pride ourselves on being busy.
Right.
Oh, I have another gig. Oh, don't look at me. I'm all over the country. Everybody wants me.
Yeah.
But you may not even know why you're doing what you're doing.
Social media messaging
Doesn't
work.
Does not work.
Does not work. Please don't send me your stuff on Instagram or Facebook. I understand it's a form of communication, but at the same time, it's too much. Send me a formal EPK, which is an electronic press kit, to our web address, and so that's listed on our website. Or get in contact through an agency or something for them to reach out to us as well. So that works very well. And then if we're at a conference and we're there, book an appointment with us and know about our festival.
Organization and professionalism.
It's key, hey? Without maintaining
if you
that.
don't have it, you won't go anywhere. You need both of those things.
And did you find that once you were in the industry, you had to develop that? Or in order for you to build any kind of credibility within the industry, you have to have that already established?
You definitely have to have that already established. I think the music industry arts program that many people involved in this went to, it helps establish that very early on.
Read the fine print. That's always a good one. And also ask a lot of questions is I think one of the lessons now that I look back retroactively, looking back, I should have asked more questions because a lot of the time I think I didn't and just assumed that everybody had my best interests at heart, which isn't always the case. Just, advocate for yourself.
I had a program director when I worked in Kingston and I worked in radio, and one of the first things he said to me was, never assume anything. It makes an asset of you and me. And I don't know, it's a stupid one, but it was certainly the first time that I had really kind of learned anything. And that was sort of, like I said, more in the radio, broadcast world. But
that's kind of a loaded question. Should they? I think it should be considered an option for every artist and musician. I think it's something that people shouldn't necessarily throw away and say, I'm only going to do for profit.
Right.
Because art itself is something, we've seen it more than ever during this pandemic, that art is something that keeps our culture alive. The moment people are in need, the moment hope is needed, the moment things turn to the negative, the community of the world looks to art.
Anytime reaching out to a stranger, you have to be, kind and empathetic and understand that the person you're contacting is another human being, and you have to be able to read the room. And if something feels uncomfortable, then you don't want to poke the bear. You just want to step back, let them have some breathing room, and you want to be respectful. And definitely, I think comparing it to dating is pretty fair.
Sometimes it's not super, as artists, I feel like it can be very unsexy sometimes to be concerned with the business aspect of it, because it is kind of daunting. All we want to do is create music. All we want to do is create just stuff to move people. Like I was moved by Annie Lennox, and dealing with contracts and dealing with all that stuff isn't sexy, but it's absolutely vital that you can I swear on here?
Do what you got to do.
Okay, that you give a shit about. You just have to.
It sounds so cliche, but just try to be yourself. And even though it's all so bizarre and gray when you're entering the music sector, don't be afraid to be yourself and stand up for yourself. And know that there is always somebody who's been there before. And don't be afraid to reach out. Even though I'm not on a festival site with you, but you can find me somewhere in the abyss, reach out. I'd love to talk.
There's a lot of artists that are self-managed and they do really well at it, but it's so much work to do that and at the same time continue to practice your music, continue creating your craft. It's really, really difficult. But the ones that do, I mean, they're amazing. My hat's off to them. That's a lot of work. I think musicians have to, and artists need to understand that you're a small business in the end.
Yeah, I mean, when you're, again, in a fast-paced event environment, I truly think, I haven't really stopped to think about it until this moment, that it does come with experience of knowing that there is a rhythm to a show, there's a rhythm, there's a heartbeat to it all, and so you have to make these fast decisions, and you're right, you can adjust them, and you could go back and have a tour manager yell at you, and you got to go make an adjustment really quick, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, efficiency is also something that is extraordinarily important in this sector, for sure.
You spend a lot of time comparing yourself to other people or trying to fit in. And then you get to an age where you don't want to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
But now you've spent so much time trying to fit into a box or to expectations that you've wasted so much time in life. So I feel like if you know who you are at the beginning, you have that confidence, you're not going to let that outside stimuli, like, navigate what you do with your life or your life's journey.
That's very true. I also think it's important for people to realize that you can be a person at 15 years old, and then at 20 years old, you become a different person. That's totally okay.
Yeah.
Just fully be you at all times, and a lot of good comes from that.
And enjoy the journey.
That's true.